me, you're probably sick of hearing that same phrase over and over again. But I'm here at Fully Charged Live today, and I brought my team, Electrified Garage crew, with me. And, a little backstory on me. I'll give you the 30-second synopsis, but pretty much a long time ago, kicked them far away. I'm really cheap, like some of you here. Raise your hand if you're cheap. Yeah, I like that. So, really cheap, wanted a Tesla. Everyone wants a Tesla, unless you want like a Bolt or something, which is also fine, kind of. And then, it's a joke. And then, you know, wanted one, couldn't afford one, found one that was underwater. Slowly but surely, over the course of 6 months, I ended up fixing it, and which was a labor of love. I found a second car, and I swapped all the electronics over from one car to the other. If you're sick of hearing that story, I apologize, but some people actually haven't heard it before. And then after that, pretty much a series of events happened where I started documenting what I was doing, and I put it on YouTube. I was like, yeah, maybe someone might care about this, you know? And then it turns out a lot of people cared about it. So after I did that, the channel grew and grew, and then what started happening was people started asking, hey, since you fix your own Tesla, can you fix mine too? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So like on the side, I started fixing friends' cars, and then all of a sudden it was 5 friends and 10 friends, and I'm just like, wait, I have a full-time job, I can't keep doing this. So slowly but surely, I ended up leaving my full-time job, and I found a great crew of my merry crew right here, Chad and Chris. If you've seen any of the videos, these... Sorry? You can't hear me? Oh, now? Is this good? Sorry. Yeah. So this is my merry crew right here, my right and left-hand men. And if you see any of the videos, they are the ones that actually run the garage. So these are the guys that are top-notch. We have a garage called the Electrified Garage, where we service and repair electric vehicles. So BMWs, you know, i3s, i8s, Model S's, Bolts and Leafs and things like that. So we're slowly trying to get into that market. And as of this taping, if anyone's taping this, I think we're really one of the only people that are kind of doing this. A lot of places they start off as, you know, very specific companies, and they say to themselves, hey, I kind of want to get into EVs now. I think it'd be kind of cool to just spray paint on the board, hey, we work on Teslas now, come bring them to us. But what separates us from everyone else is that we have real-world Tesla experience right here. Both Chris and Chad are former Tesla employees, and I am, you know, nobody. But you know, they're really good at what they do. And one of the most popular questions I get are, you know, Rich, well, what do you do at the shop? Like, what do you do when you go there? And I actually don't work on the cars there. So what I do, I'm kind of like the, I guess you could say, the Elon Musk of the company, where I make a bunch of promises and I have these guys do it for me. That's really what it is. If not, if you know, that's how it is. So basically, I want this to be like a more of an informal kind of AMA session, because a lot of people have a lot of things to say. And I kind of want to hear what questions that you have for me, because I could talk here for hours by myself, you know, that's no problem. But I kind of want to hear, like, what questions do you have for me? Like, what do you want to know about really anything? It could be about, you know, the YouTube stuff, Tesla stuff, things in the garage, just like an open and welcome forum for you to kind of voice your opinions and concerns about the good stuff. You were the first one, the Tesla hat.
I have a question. I just want to say you're the bravest guy I've ever seen.
Thank you. Easy questions only, please.
Love it the way you give us insight, and it's very daring. I have a question for all the people who have an S and X from 2012 till April 2018.
Yeah.
I have a 2017 Model X, and last Friday my MMC chip basically failed. I went to Tesla, had to pay $3,000 for an MMC replacement. And I found somebody to replace the chip, and it cost me $500. But I think it's the wrong chip, which fails after 100,000 miles and after the warranty is gone. Mm-hmm. What is your opinion about it, and how should they basically replace it under warranty? And is there a possibility in American law to basically force them to do the right thing?
Yeah.
Are you a lawyer?
Yeah, I did say easy questions only. But what I'll do is I will answer a portion of that question. I don't want to go for too long, but realistically, the sad/interesting part of your question is that Tesla really doesn't have a responsibility to fix a lot of those issues. They probably should, and it would be a very kind gesture if they would. But here's the thing: is Tesla really has to feel the pressure of people revolting and saying, "Hey, listen, this isn't acceptable. This isn't a good thing. You need to go ahead and fix this." So about 6 months ago, I released a video with a Tesla hacker friend of mine, outlining all these issues and saying, "This is how it has to be fixed. This is what you should do, etc., etc., etc." Over the course of time, Tesla does realize that those things have to be fixed, but unfortunately, it's not on their highest priority list. Because at this point, they have to feel the pressure in their wallets and pockets, and they're not doing that. The Model 3, the Model S, the Model X, they're the top selling cars. So until people start saying to themselves, "Hey, listen, we need to put like our feet down and really stop, the whole, I guess the volcano of these car purchases," it's likely not going to happen. But, however, I will tell you that Electrified Garage does offer this as a service. Should you have that was a crummy plug. I know. But it's.
Did you explain the issue and how much it costs to repair it?
I probably won't get into that right now. I think that's more like an after the show type of thing. I'll make sure I'm listening. But no, I will answer that question. My crew and I will get back to you on that one. But I didn't want to. I want to make more of like a general and like happy kind of flowing thing. In my videos, I kick Tesla around enough. And next question? Hey.
Hey, Rich.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. I've been watching you since you first took the butter knife into your friend's backyard.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the car park. Fantastic explanation of a lot of the mechanical things that you did to the car. One of the things that I don't remember you going into too much was when you start seeing errors because various things aren't working.
Right.
And magic happens and somehow those errors go away. I wonder if you'd had to hack the firmware to do that, or whether you'd found a way of working with Tesla to resolve the issue.
Oh, very good question. So basically, when I got my cars underwater and nothing would turn on, basically. Now, I had to end up purchasing a second vehicle, which you've heard before a million times, I'm sure. And that vehicle was hit in the front. It was a front-end collision car. So what I did was I painstakingly removed all the wiring harnesses from one car to the next car. And believe it or not, that's how actually the car started working again, because the first car that was hit in the front, that wasn't that bad. The biggest thing that I had to overcome was finding the key. I don't know if you've heard that story or not yet, but the key story was an absolute nightmare/interesting story. But the key, I did not have the key for the car that was hit in the front. So what I had to do was I went into the main screen on the car itself, and I found the previous owner's address. I found the owner's address, and I called them up, and actually it was a company, and I said, "Hey, my name's Rich, and I just bought like a wrecked car. I hope no one's dead, because that would suck." And he said he couldn't find the key. We hung up, and I cried in my bed because I had a car just sitting there. And over some time, he called me back, like maybe a week and a half later, and he said, "I found the key." And I was like, great. We talked about it. We had camaraderie. We cried. We laughed. It turns out that he's like, "Yeah, I had a Corvette. I sold it to a guy in Florida." And I'm like, "I bought my Corvette from a guy in Florida." And it turns out I owned his previous Corvette as well. So we're talking on the phone, like, "Yeah, this is awesome." He's like, "Yeah, well, I'll send you a prepaid envelope. Send me the key back." And he's like, "Yeah, how about like $600?" And I was like, "Oh, well, that's not nice." That's not nice. So, but we worked out a deal, and then I ended up paying like $450, which really bit me. And that was the video you saw when I was sitting on a milk crate, kind of backing the car out of the garage. Over time, what I started doing was people started following the channel, and I guess you say a lot of people inside Tesla that I can't really disclose who they are. They were able to kind of give me like general knowledge and push me in certain directions, and that's how I got the car going. But after that, I found Chris and Chad, and they've been phenomenal.
All right, your claim to fame is doing the salvage or no longer covered by Tesla models. If you had a salvage model S60 that actually had the 75 kilowatt hour battery, Can you, for lack of a better word, jailbreak it and get the full 75 kilowatt hour capacity available?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it won't be free. Obviously, it's a service, but it's a service that's offered.
We're pouring all the calls for you now.
Yeah, right. Right. But honestly, I've learned over time that I've driven quite a few 75 cars, a couple hundred cars, and my daily drive was an 85. Even with an unlocked 75, I would probably go to a larger battery for me personally. So I'd likely, end up getting a wrecked P100, not a 90, and I'm swapping the battery out, honestly. But yeah, but it can be done. It can be unlocked.
And when you do the battery swap, it's just is it automatically recognize a new battery, or you have to do?
Question.
Yeah.
How's your relationship with Tesla, and where do you see it going forward? Is the garage going to still have work?
Honestly, I poke fun at Tesla all the time. I don't know if you know that or not. I poke the bear constantly, and I've been doing it for years now. And not once has Tesla reached out to me officially.
They didn't turn off the one.
They didn't really do anything, no. Because I think they know, at this point they know that the media is a juggernaut. And with the large YouTube following, they kind of know that if they were to make certain moves and do certain things, then I would say, hey, craziest thing just happened. Tesla just disabled this, and it would be a firestorm for them. But the only kind of feedback that we've gotten from Tesla so far is we had our open house back in July, and they actually showed up. So a lot of the local Tesla crew showed up, and they brought about 10 or 15 cars, and I think about 10 or 12 staff members as well. They actually pulled staff members from other locations to come to the event to give test drives to people. So from a local Tesla standpoint, individual stores, it's absolutely phenomenal. Tesla headquarters, I think they're just kind of grinding their teeth and watching the videos. But locally, I think everyone locally understands the mission, and they're totally all for it and on board.
That must have been nice after the Model X fiasco.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was a lot better after that.
Hi, Rich. I'm Ken Myers from Electrons Reloaded.
Oh, well, you're walking up. I don't know.
First off, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for the community of electrification and clean energy. Me personally, I wouldn't have gotten into this if it wasn't for the efforts that you put forth in showing us how you can actually afford. Because remember you said that it's cheap, right? So the only reason that he had a Tesla is because he bought a used Tesla, or actually a salvage Tesla. I'm not going that far, but with that being said, he made me realize that I can actually afford a Tesla. And so, people don't realize that the new is not the only way to go, as we talked about before, and it's that we can, there's a lot of different avenues that we can take to get into this vehicle. But my direct question for you folks is that, like I said, I love everything you've done, and it made it seem possible. What is next for the garage? What is next for Electrified Garage? What's next for you guys?
World domination. Yeah, so I don't know if you know this or not, but we're going to be opening our second location in North Carolina this year. So we work on the second location in North Carolina, and we're slowly making our way down towards the East Coast. The ultimate goal, for me personally, I know the guys agree, but I would like for us to be almost like the Jiffy Lube of EV replacement. I know Jiffy Lube gets a bad rap because they steal and not do oil changes and stuff, but we want to be like the good Jiffy Lube. We want to make it so that, no one's recording this, right? So we want to be the good Jiffy Lube, and people are leaving. What we want to do is we want to make it so that you don't have to constantly go to the manufacturer for simple things. Like, for example, you have a Honda or Acura, or you want them to get checked out. A lot of the times you don't want to have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get your service appointment in. You could come in, we could diagnose your issues, send us an email beforehand, hey, I'm having this. We could fix the issues in a matter of maybe an hour or so. We have all the parts, and then you'll be on your way again. So we want to make a quick, efficient, fast service, because right now there's really no place that you can go to get these services done. we're partnering with a company called XL Hybrid, and what they do is they actually convert Ford F-150, 250, and 350 trucks to be plug-in hybrids, right? So they're looking for places that can do this. If you want your F-150 converted to hybrid for like fleet use primarily in cities, where do you go? There's really no specialist out there that can do that. If you have an electric car and the nearest Nissan dealership is 500 miles away, or Tesla's not even in your state, where do you go?
Or your country.
Right. Right. Or your country. Or your country. So that's the one. Sorry. Yeah, Mexico. We've had cars shipped to us from literally Mexico. So they shipped it to Texas first, and they shipped it from Texas to us, and we're all the way in New Hampshire. We're thousands of miles away. So people really need help with these cars, and we're trying to get there and push that movement forward.